In 2016, Americans spent over $16 billion on cosmetic plastic surgery. Yay.
That's a lot of money.
It's good for you.
That's a lot of money.
What's good for you?
It's good for me.
It's good for the economy. It's good for everything.
The rest of us, it's bad for our pockets.
Wow.
Oh, that's true.
At times, it's money well spent. But today, we're talking beauty on a budget, so we've got 3 beauty buys under $20 to help you look and feel your best. Who better than our own Dr. B? So take it away.
Yeah, so these are some great buys under $20, like Dr. Ordon mentioned. The first is Indian clay. So this is clay that comes from areas where there's volcanic ash that's settled. And clay, as you may recall, has been around for centuries, basically, to draw out toxins and impurities. In this case, the bentonite clay actually has calcium, it has magnesium, it has sodium, all these minerals from the earth. And you can buy a 1-pound tub of this for $8.40.
Wow, I mean, think about it. Cleopatra used this.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe cave women use this. I don't know.
I mean, so the idea is you get it as this vat of powder, and you can mix it to a consistency you like, whether it's with water or they suggest apple cider vinegar, and you pat it onto your skin, put it on like a mask for 10 to 20 minutes, and it's great for acne-prone or oily skin, or just someone like me who wears a ton of makeup and has to take it off and wants to get those toxins out. But this one made me smile because I've been doing clay masks since I was a kid, probably 35 years. So a real classic that's still around and is a #1 seller online.
I went all the way to the Dead Sea to get a clay facial. That's it, look at that. You know, I didn't want to just do the facial, I went for the full body. What's next?
Next one is also a really classic one. It's witch hazel toner. And witch hazel, as many of us know, is derived from a plant. And the original idea of toners came out when people used to want to balance the pH of their skin. Now, the downside of buying something like this is nowadays many of the cleansers already are pH balanced, so you don't necessarily have to use a toner. But I will say a lot of people really like that astringent aspect where after they've washed their face, they want to get every last trace of makeup or dirt off. So this is a nice thing just to wipe over your face with a cotton ball. Or again, this is a really nice makeup remover. So you could use this as a first layer and then follow it with your cleanser. Again, this one, much less than $20. You can get different formulations. This one happens to have aloe and glycerin, which is pretty hydrating as well.
Good for sensitive skin?
It's good. This one is good for sensitive skin. And just with any product, especially things that are naturally derived, I always tell my patients that just because it's from a plant doesn't mean it's good for your skin. So poison ivy is not good for your skin.
No.
So you would always want to patch test any of these items on your arm, especially because they are more natural products, just to make sure they don't trigger a reaction.
All right, Dr. B, I think you have one more, right?
I do, and this is actually great because this is rosehip seed oil. And if you've opened any magazine or watched any beauty story lately, facial oils are all the rage. Everybody's talking about them. It seems like every celeb is touting one. This one happens to be touted by Miranda Kerr.
Okay.
And it's a facial oil that has a number of antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, also has a little bit of vitamin A and D. And when we're talking about facial oils, we're always talking about those omega fatty acids that rebuild the outer layer of your skin. So this is a great one as a moisturizer. It's also very low on the pore clogging scale. So if you're going to use a facial oil, you definitely want one that's not so heavy and occlusive that it's going to break you out. So rosehip seed oil being a really good one, argan oil, calendula oil, grapeseed oil, those are all great facial oils that are hydrating, and especially acne-prone people sometimes are a little hesitant to use too many moisturizers, but these are light and they're natural. Again, if they don't cause a reaction, this is definitely a fun new trend. Again, really inexpensive. This is a $13 product online with over 10,000 4- and 5-star reviews. So,
wow. I love this. Beauty on a budget.
Yeah.